Kabar baik. How are you?
Yeah, fine.
Maybe we are from Sinar Daily. I
Okay.
hope that you can be candidly frank with us today.
Okay, sure, no problem.
Okay, let's begin with the first question. People say that Teressa Kok is a sure win in Seputeh. Do you think you could survive another election cycle?
If I contest again in my constituency, that is Kawasan Parliament Seputeh, I think with all my record, my service to the people, and also my performance, I think I can.
Okay. So the next question. It seems that you can't escape clashing with past lawmakers, from legal suits to war of words in and out of parliament. Why do you think they are so obsessed over you?
Well, especially in the past when we first became government in Selangor, I think for the past leaders, some of them cannot tahan. DAP come to power in the state government, and I was appointed as a senior ESCO in Selangor. So then, I'm a woman, I'm a Christian, I'm from DAP. So all these have become issue lah. Last time past say that women cannot be candidates, women shouldn't hold high position, women should be jaga husband, jaga anak, at home and so on. So I think it's a kind of clash of opinion, ideologies and so on.
Okay. So before that, maybe do you remember when a certain politician mocked your family name, the Dewan Rakyat?
Yeah. Jodin.
Do you remember what was your immediate emotions at that time and how you felt afterwards?
I was sitting quietly in the Dewan Rakyat at that time, and suddenly that Tajuddin Ramli Pasir Salak, Ahli Parlimen Pasir Salak, he was answering questions, he was beating around the bush, and suddenly he looked at me, which, I was sitting opposite him in the Dewan Rakyat. Suddenly he just looked at me and said, you are the only woman with a cock in Seputeh. Wow, that really, made me jump. So immediately I stood up and said, I want to say that you are an uncivilized person. So I say you are orang yang tak ada tamadun. Actually, maybe shouldn't say tak ada tamadun, but that created really a clash of words between me and my colleague, and even like the time the Amanah MP Khalid Samad and others also stood up and defended me and argued with him and asked him to tarik balik lah. So it was quite a fun, and after that this siapa Tajuddin sue Khalid Samad, and the suit is still going on, So Khalid Samad, he sued Khalid Samad for calling him means gila lah, because at that time Tajuddin refused to tarik balik, to withdraw his word, the only woman with cock in Seputeh. So at that time this Khalid Samad say you are means you are crazy lah, you are rather demeaning word crazy. Then Tajuddin challenged him to repeat outside the parliament, so he repeated outside in the press conference outside parliament. So that's how it became such a big hoo-ha, and then Tajuddin sued Khalid Samad for calling him sial, sue him for defamation.
I see. Okay. So, next question. How do you feel about being judged about your fashion sense and style?
I think I'm a public figure. Whatever I do, I say, I wear, all will become an issue. So that's why today, I'm being interviewed by you. Actually, this is sleeveless, but in order to make it proper, so I have to wear a coat.
Thank you so much. So, is DAP really a chauvinistic party by you?
Chauvinistic? Chauvinistic in what sense? Race?
Maybe is DAP party more superior than other parties, you think?
No, we are not superior. We are one of the political parties fighting for, democracy, what do you call that, equality and fairness and justice. So this has been our party struggle all these years. I don't think this should be called chauvinistic. I think it is only those where the party line based on race and religion that they cannot tahan DAP having this kind of principles. They have nothing else to say but to call us being chauvinistic.
Okay, so your time as a federal minister was cut short. If given the
20
opportunity
months.
again,
Yeah.
what would you have done differently?
Kan. Well, we have done differently. Well, I think I will try to be the bridge between political parties and even between political leaders. I will really advise my party, my colleagues and all them who are facing problem, and we should really sit down and see how to resolve it amicably, especially when it's spark out to be a controversial issue, especially on religion, on education and so on. So in the past, all of us have been very busy concentrating in our own ministry, our field of work, and we did not do much, to improve communication and relationship among the parties and political leaders. So I think this is something I will spend more time to do it, and then also to improve our communication with the public.
Okay, so I think you remember Sheraton Move.
Yeah.
So those who initiated Sheraton Move used to be people in your allies. So in 10 words or less, what will you say to them?
I think they should regret, I think by now, for what they have done. They have really managed to bring down a government, a people-elected government, and history will record them as katak, as fraud, political fraud. So they should, when they are older, they should reflect, whether what they had done has been correct historically, and whether they have, bring a good name or reputation for themselves and the family members.
Can you ever forgive them?
Of course, we have no choice but to forgive. We see them all the time in the parliament. But for me, the Malays, the Muslims say that mereka harus bertaubat. They should repent on what they have done.
Okay, last question. If GE15 were to happen tomorrow, does PH have a chance to win back the government?
It might be difficult, and I'm looking at the possible scenario of realignment of political forces, because come to GE15, I believe there will be new faces. There are new parties now. Now Warisan wants to come to Semenanjung, come to Peninsula here. Now we have Buddha. So I believe the people's perception is different. And also with Undi 18, 18 years old can come out to vote. So what do these voters think? How would they choose? Is something very interesting.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, YB.
Yeah, my pleasure. Okay, come. Let's have a drink. This is my kawasan. This is the kawasan lapang, This is among the concrete jungle. So let's have a drink.